So we have one more exciting presentation just before our coffee break. It will be delivered by Sergio Cano, Chief Executive Officer, JSC Ingenium, and he'll be talking to us about navigating the future, integrating legacy networks with 5G, and embracing cloud-native solutions. Please give him a Canto welcome.
Great. Good morning, everyone. Dear Canto members, this is my first time, and of course it will not be the last time in Canto. And before going into the presentation, I would like to say a couple of very important things. First of all, thank you for the opportunity and the invitation to talk to you today. And second, congratulations, because in the 27 years in the telco industry, I have never seen such a spirit of collaboration, and I have never seen such a feeling of belonging to a greater community, transcending your local markets, sharing the challenges, and working hand in hand to find solutions for the benefit of the people in your community. So let me say again, congratulations, and please never lose this spirit. So let's go into the presentation, 5G. What is 5G? We all know this. We have heard this hundreds of times or even more. And we are all a little bit tired of listening to the promise of 5G technology. But as we have seen in previous presentations, 5G is reaching only 1% of the population in the Caribbean area, which is a real problem. So what's happening? What is real? What is the reality of 5G, not only the promises? Let's try to dig a little bit into that. Before going to the details, I would like to share with you this graph, which comes from the GSMA, which shows the different applications, depending on the bandwidth they require and depending on the delay that they may require to be effective. As you can see, there are two boxes. There is a light box and a gray box. In the white box, what you can see is that most of the applications are located inside this box. This is what we can do currently with 4G. So there are only a few applications that really need 5G to execute properly and to deliver the service to the users. So everybody's talking about 5G, but the reality is that on one side, there is a huge promise. On the other side, there is not too much clarity on which ones will be the drivers that will bring this promise and which applications will be the leaders for the new 5G networks. On top of that, we have to be very careful because between the white box and the gray box, there is a clash, there is a big clash in the network. The difference between the existing networks and the new networks is very significant. And this is really a challenge for us. Now we have a headache, let's call it a headache, the current network, the infrastructure and the applications. Now with 5G, what are we going to have? Two headaches instead of one? Well, clearly, this is a no-go. If we also take into consideration what my colleague from the GSMA said and what the Strand Consult said a few minutes before, it looks like 5G is a promise which is not clear if it will be fulfilled or not, and also very difficult to afford. But also adding some technical challenges, such as simplicity of networks, higher complexity. A 5G network is not easier than a 4G network. And the lack of collaboration from some vendors, it was mentioned in the opening session. The difficulties to monetize it. And depending on certain local situations, some of the operators are not even ready for VoLTE today. And VoLTE is something necessary to embrace 5G standalone. So then what shall we do? We usually turn to see these challenges as opportunities. We usually like to turn threats into opportunities for new business. So let me show you what, in my opinion, is a very beautiful video that shows what 5G is. A friend of mine told me that if I put a few ones and zeros pouring down, together with Keanu Reeves shooting the enemies down, it could be called the Matrix. But isn't it amazing? Isn't it beautiful? I think it's really beautiful. Well, what are we seeing here? It's not a joke, it's not a demo. We are setting up completely a 4G, 5G, and VoLTE network. It's not real time, it's 5 times faster than reality. It lasts 1 minute and 5 seconds. Now, in reality, it's close to 6 minutes. So it takes 6 minutes to bring up a network, bring up a real network that can handle traffic, okay? So, what is this? This is the real promise for the operators of 5G. I'm not talking about the users. I'm not talking about the applications. I'm not talking about the OTTs. We have talked a lot today about the OTTs. I'm talking about the opportunities that 5G brings along with a new way of working. And there you are. The network is finished. Well, this is a real customer currently in the Netherlands. And this is the way we build the network. He couldn't really believe it. He said, "You're joking." I said, "Okay, here's your phone. Please make a call and test it. It's your network." Okay? So this new way of working should be applied, in our opinion, not only to 5G, but also to 4G. A significant part of the answer to all the investment problems is here, is in the technology, is in the efficiency of the vendors. If you benefit from that, then the investment problem will look totally different. What is our vision? Our vision for 5G network is, first of all, one single network. I cannot have different networks. I cannot manage, maintain, and spend money on many different networks at the same time. Containerized, which allows me to do what you have just seen in the previous video, and based on automation practices, for sure. This leads to resilience. If I can bring up a core network in 6 minutes, well, resilience is assured. If there is a hurricane, if there is an earthquake, if there is any other event, but we have the tools and we have the right techniques to rebuild the network, our resiliency will be significantly higher. And self-healing, which is something that I will not show today, but it's also amazing to see. And all this under an OpEx model, a financial OpEx model that does not impose a burden on the accounts of the operator. Mr. Antonius, chairman of Canto, said something very crucial in the opening session. Vendors have a responsibility. I really thought he was talking to me. I had met him for the first time in my life a few minutes ago, but I really felt he was talking to me. All these technology tools must be used to bring your communities into 5G in a timely manner at an affordable price. If we do it together, the result is clear, in my opinion. No one will be left behind. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sergio.